Yeah, you don't want to be that guy. One thing I've realised when I look through social media, with regards to karting, is that a lot of people try to put you off. They say it's too expensive. You'll never be able to reach top tier, and if you haven't got a team of mechanics with a Winnebago with 10 carts and 4 engines, there's no point even getting started. And they're absolutely right. All jokes aside, of course there are other ways into the sport, and you do not need 20 grand a season to be in competitive kart racing. And if you want to talk about money, as you can probably tell, I'm recording this through a headphone speaker on a tiny laptop. So you don't have to be driving around in a Ferrari to be involved in karting. Um, but actually, if you're as fat as me, you will need to lose some weight. If you've never been karting at all, a bit like myself, I would recommend finding your nearest kart track that offers an arrive and drive session, anywhere between 35 and £50, depending on where you go. That will give you 30 minutes roughly. Doesn't sound a lot on paper, but actually, when you're out there, it feels a lot longer, trust me. It will hurt, you will ache. I did. Once you've built up your knowledge of the sport, got lots of seat time with those arrive and drives, and you feel confident enough to actually enter a race, typically the same place you did your arrive and drive at would also offer an open race. Now, this will allow you to partake in a competitive race without the costs and logistics of running your own car, because no one wants that, especially when you're starting out. The cost of these typically between £50 and £70 per session. They'll often involve a brief practice session, two heats, so that will determine the grid place for the final race, and then eventually the final. At Wilton Mill, for example, the final race involves 15 laps, and this format, I think they only charge about £55 all in. So that's including all your race wear, all your kart equipment. You just literally need to turn up. The only thing to be wary of is when they do these sessions, when they do the open races and they do the arrive and drives. Most arrive and drives you can do on a weekend, but some of the open races I find seem to be on a weeknight, which is quite difficult if you've got work. So I think that's a good starting point for now. And if you're just getting started like I am, focus on doing those things first. And then in the future videos, I'll talk about where to go from there, because there are competitions like Club 100 and the Daniel Ricciardo series, which are still much more cost effective than running your own car in independent competitions. So that's it for now. Thanks for not watching, and see you later.